Um, so this is a follow up to my last video. I was talking about how they're these uh, neighbors, and basically, your ecosystem is supposed to make you subscribe to these manipulations. You're supposed to be like acceptive in the different ways, and it's pathetic. They've sold the soul to pedophiles, and their life right now consists of seeing you die, and they're like, oh, we're seeing you die. I'm like, wow, that's how we want to live life. They delude themselves into like some fantasy that they created. But the worst part is these people are the pedophiles. I heard this kid in the hallway say, oh, you're gonna be there, puta. I guess what's gonna happen is they're gonna frame me, and then with the frame, which can continue be the frame can be the actual the frame can be actually something related to implanting child porn on somebody's computer, or having some trash here, some kids here, saying something about me doing this. They're pathetic. You hear them in the hallway. That's why I'm near the door, because I want to capture what it sounds like. This low life are bottom feeders. They are the trash of the trash. You hear them try to box in some thoughts in my head. You could have, like, to target individuals, that could have been you. That could have been the life you live. That could be the sad life that you live. It's Saturday, right? You want to live life. You enjoy yourself. The weekend. That's just what they do. And so they get excited about me being tortured. Now I understand that's their job. Maybe they're getting paid for that. Maybe they feel like they're gods, but they're nasty low life pedophiles. As I hear this right now, I'm hearing this trash saying something about molesting. I know these people are filled with pedophiles. That's why they have people in the hallways try to block it out. See, you're gonna get knocked out. I'd rather get knocked out to be in a program that molests children using this type of weaponry, torturing them sexually. This reality that they want to escape, I'm not going to give that. That's why they use these childlike individuals in the hallway. I wish you could capture the sounding of these people. Children, like I've shown you some of these people. There's a video of, you see this one, she's like, listen, these little things. She told us, this little thing's going to get... Earlier, I showed like how they would make me look at these kids in a sexual way. This little girl, there's even baby little toddlers. They make me imagine this little kid's butt in this weird, like disgusting way. It's something that's supposed to be like cute and like adorable. It's turning into something sexual. These people are disgusting. It's trash, and they're like, oh, you're that cute, but we countered. That's how childlike they are. They have no shame. I honestly would rather get raped than do what they do. They're trying to counter how obvious these trash are manipulative to bring up what's going to happen to you. You're going to be their cute butt. I'd rather be their cute butt than working for pedophiles. I'd rather be a bottom than a bottom feeder. You sold your soul to pedophiles. You torture children. As young as this little baby that you try to make me imagine, this little baby butt. And try to turn into something sexual. This is what this trash do. And I feel dignified. I know it's going to be horrible. I'm going to be in pain. I'm going to suffer. But I'm going to die with dignity. I never thought of myself of this saint or dignified man. But this feels like it at this point. Because you see this trash. Seeing how life could be. What if I grew up in doing these things? What if I grew up and lived the life they live? It's not envious, and I'm dying and I'm being told I'm going to be raped. And I still prefer this life than having to do what they do. This is so sad. Because what they have on it, what's connected to them, is what I know. These people torture children. These people torture women. They do this pedophilia type of torture. All of these things I said, I can right now play and make it. This is listen to what they do. Listen to how they torture children sexually, hurting them sexually. Well, look at what they do to this woman rectum. Talking about cute butt. Look at this trash in the hallway. This little try to pose and try to look woman, look like little nasty. Bottom feeders. That's why, like, if they do this thing, oh my gosh, I'm like, please, kids, do. You're gonna be seeing what you really look like. Trash, but bottom feeders. This nasty, oof. And they try to make me think of the neighbor here. This little, we have the same curve. Okay, this kid in the hallway. She is, she. I've been not eating well because of what they do to me. Stomach. I've always been a slim person, but because of what they've done to my body and my digesting system, it feels like I shouldn't be eating. And my eatings, I haven't been eating that much, and so I've become very, 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 very skinny. And I'm saying this kid in the hallway will have the same body type, and she's trying to pose and try to make herself more womanly. They have no shame. I will embarrass this kid. There's 2 seconds ago, there's something I just saw, and there's this young person in this like military uniform, and she looked really young. I don't know how young she is, but they're like, oh, I see. She was like, you see, we proved it. I'm like, why you? They have no shame. It's like, you see, we proved it. These people are filled with pedophiles. I can say a name right now. They will not even try to say them. They're a bunch of pedophiles who are doing their best to make you accept to these things. They will try to bring up the stupid things I've done. Let me be honest. I've never said I'm perfect. I know the idiocy I've involved myself in, but I know what these people are part of. Do you understand they torture children and women sexually? Raping them systematically till they kill themselves. Let me repeat that. So they are torturing women, which it consists of rapes and genital manipulations and torture, burning them till they kill themselves. So when they bring up the stupid things I've done when I'm 18 to 22, and you think I'm gonna let them live in this reality they've created? No. You're gonna see yourself for what you truly are. You are involved in something that is so disgusting. It's crime against humanity to the nth degree. It's torture against some of the most defenseless people on earth. It's the nastiest things you can imagine. The life that they've destroyed, these people that are doing this to me, it's unbelievable. And they try to delude themselves in this reality they've created. We all remember what you did at the club, I'm like, do you remember that you guys have been involved in programming that destroyed and killed, fried, raped, do all these things to women, including this pedophile type of torture, and their children? I know what these people are. I know my imperfections, and I can easily look at myself in the mirror and say, thank you, God, I did not. Listen, I know I'm not perfect, but listen, look, watch what they radiated a woman's genital? Destroying a woman's rectum? This is the things I'm like, this is real. This is not things I'm making up. This is what they do. And they're like, oh, we are at war. You're at war with a 50-year-old woman. Raping her while she's in bed. Oh, we are at war. You'll never be at war. You're trash. That's what you are. And this next door neighbor, you heard the noise coming because I was like, I'm not perfect, and they wanted me to go into the stupidity I've done, and think I was not gonna bring up the fact that I know that these people are raping women till they kill themselves. Repeatedly raping these women to the point where they can't even walk properly. I'm gonna make these videos called The Avengements to put things in perspective. They want to block out this fantasy they've created, which I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna let them do that. I told them, they sometimes try to make themselves believe that this, like, we're in a battle. We're gonna laugh the last laugh. We're gonna have the last laugh. The reason why I make this video now is because there will be a time when I won't be able to do that. And so before I go through that phase, that part before the end, I want to make sure that I leave my part and testify about what they do, who they are, how trashy these people are, how nasty these people are, and how fraudulent these people are. Cowardness is beyond believable. They use this different tone of voice to try to make themselves. I've seen these people. They are terrified sometimes, not of me, but being seen for what they are. This is next door neighbor. Look, she was trying to pose, and like I was doing laundry and taking out some laundry, and I see her just posing, just trying to look. And I looked at her. I was like, hey, is that your shit? Is that your stuff? And she was kind of shocked. I talked to her. I was like, oh. She's like, oh. And she'll go, no. Okay, so whatever. I know she's a perp, but I was like, I know you're just a bottom feeder in this. When I thought, okay, let me go take a picture. Oh, she disappeared. This little bottom feeder. Do I think this bottom feeder is really in the reason why I'm here? No, she's involved in that, but she's a bottom feeder. Trash. And they're like, our fate. No, you sold your fate. This is not free. It's not. Trust me, look at you. You see how you were looking at me? I just asked you a simple question. You were terrified. They are trash that know that what they did, what they involved in is going to come back to them. They sold their soul to pedophiles. I'm sure I won't be the last. They might do that to women, to children. They will continue to do this and be sitting somewhere as enough here, hiding in the most cowardly ways. It's supposed to be agitating. It's like, no, it's validating. There was a time, where they wanted to be. The time when I didn't know about what this thing was about, right? When they were really, the facade was strong because I didn't know what they really were, right? Instead of like this fantasy fraudulency that they've created, they didn't. They like to show themselves. They're walking around like now. It's just all V2K. They try to all not fair. Like it just try to agitate me. They talk like that, and that's why I'm repeating. When you hear me like repeating saying something like not fair, that's how the V2K. That's what they're saying, using this technology that can remotely impose voices, right? So I can hear them talk and try to stop me from and to interrupt me. And interrupt me from saying, before I knew what this program was really about, they used to be shown and just being shown like so feminist walking. It's our girls, our world. They were like showing themselves. Ever since I saw the first target individual interview or testimony, slowly kind of not wanting to be seen anymore. Slowly. Of course, in the streets, there's no choice. But before, they used to be like, saying something. Oh, now, who? Now it's just like, pretending. Or they try to, what they do is like, they do these pedophilia things to me, and they're like, burn! As if I'm supposed to subscribe to this. They make me think of moments where they did this thing, where I was ready to like insult somebody. There was this two-person coming to me, and they had this facade where they want to make themselves appear like they're like some feminist woke people, right? Two of them were coming on my way. I was ready to like, oh my gosh, I'm about to say something to them. It's like, you effing trash. As I get closer, I realize one of them looked like a kid, like a teenager, but she's dressed, trying to like expose her breast, like she has like something that like boosts up the thing. And I was like, before I was like going to say, oh, it's like that's a kid. And then and of course they start doing this thing, and the funny part is she starts smiling. I think she thought I was gonna try to say something nice. I was about to call her a trash. And you see the other person, like, burn. I was like, oh fuck. You just use this kid as a shield. Cause I'm not gonna feel comfortable to say, hey, trash to a kid. And now they try to make me think of her in a sexual way. Like, it's forced onto me. This kid will do nothing to me. She's a child, like a teenage kid. And they're so desperate to force me to see things in their way and think I'm going to subscribe to it. These little kids, however they show themselves, I'll never subscribe to it. But my point, target individual, there's people next to you, these neighbors, these people, and it's not this specific build. Like everywhere I'll go, there'll be people like them, right? This is what happens as a target individual. You are surrounded by people who are disturbing. So disturbing. It's so nasty because they make me think of this like kid that I was about to insult and then realize it's a kid. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna insult. she was trying, and the funny part is like in their mind, these kids, I think they really think that there's something, huh? They think they like, oh, they have it going on. I'm gonna be and so I just remember her smirking, thinking it was like, oh my gosh, sweetheart, you no, I'm sorry. Like I want to say that you no, I'm sorry. That's and even when they manipulate me, it's like, like you're a kid. Yeah, I can see it. It's not it's not gonna happen naturally. They're gonna have to do their thing, but you wherever you're gonna go, target individual, you're gonna have these neighbors that are supposed to break you down and make you accept and pretend like we're doing it for our kids, our teenagers. This revenge. Or you'll serve because they'll frame you. I'm like, oh, you're trash. You wish I was a pedophile. You want me to be your pedophile, but you work for pedophiles. You're nasty lowlifes. You've done horrible things to people, including children. And if you haven't, your coworkers, your colleagues have done it. You're in a program that does horrible things, and you want me to be somebody that I will never be. No matter what you still do, however you stimulate me, however you create your thing, I'll never subscribe to it. In my mind, they try to go create. It's funny how like they go into my memories and add some extra. So, for example, now they make me think of these two people coming in, one being a teenage kid, and she was like she had like an extra like like push up bra and kind of like try to like, have you seen a kid trying to look sexy? Like they try to like be like I'm like okay, wishing that I will be like, oh, interested. You will nothing. You will do nothing. You should hear the noise campaign. They were supposed to make me subscribe to it. I'm supposed to be so like acceptive of this falsification. There's nothing you can do to make me subscribe. So target video, you'll be next to neighbors that are trying to get you to accept you, and they'll be like they're gonna rape you, and still won't subscribe to this, and you still work for pedophiles, and you still can't say the name of actually men that picked up kids like that, much younger than her actually. And I'd rather get abused and tortured and fried up and tortured than be doing the things you do and try to force somebody to be stimulated and have these kids embarrassing themselves, they laughing at themselves, thinking, "Oh my gosh, I'm so this man is so you baby, no, go. This is La La Land, your fantasy." They're so disgusting. And now what they're doing to those memories, they're like adding memories where I'm like, oh, I just saw her. Oh my gosh, they're delusional, and they want to live this fantasy that I'm not gonna accept. I'm not gonna let them live their fantasy. I'll never let them live their fantasy. And so, target individual. The reason why I'm by my door is because the perps are supposed to make you accept this. Right, my perps behind this. They're supposed to make me accept these manipulations, and so I understand torture is gonna happen. But I'm gonna tell them. Now, and you target individual, justice will be done. This trash, these pedophiles, this slow life that want you to accept these things as if it's you, they'll get theirs. It's already a sign that, okay, as you're trying to turn me into a pedophile, you found out that you work for pedophiles. You found that the people who put me here sponsor an actual pedophile. You found out that you've been torturing children and women and you've been utilizing the pedophile type of torture. You already knew that, but I will never let them live the fantasy. So for these kids that are in my neighbors that try to do, please, if you see yourself on YouTube one day, understand that there's a reason. So to all my target individuals, stay strong.